happens at our school. So even if you do not know them, they know of you. Their knowledge of you is important, and it's what makes our community. When the school has sporting events or fundraisers, the community shows up to support. They'll come get their car washed to help clubs fundraise, and they will volunteer to donate food to those in need. Even the littlest things, like holding the door open for someone, strengthens our community. The biggest things and the smallest things all contribute, so act with purpose and remember that your actions impact others in your personal communities and in your own. So in whatever you plan to do after today, whether you're going into the workforce or the military or continuing your education, remember how important community is and make sure to create one. Make new friends and meet new people. And when you see that someone is struggling, welcome them into your arms just as people have done for you. Remember to reach out to someone if you need help, because you do not have to do it alone. I know that with the help of each other, we can all do great things. And lastly, remember that there is always someone in your corner in Little Garrettsville rooting for you, no matter where you go.
Today. Honestly, I know sitting through speeches can be kind of draining, so I'm going to try to keep this one short and sweet. I was really stuck when trying to write this because I wanted to make it general enough for everyone here to relate to. Then, when I realized the deadline to turn them in was in a week, I realized I actually had to come up with something. So I decided to ask my siblings what they would talk about if they were the ones giving this speech. My oldest sister, Jess, said she would talk about all of her friends and how much fun she had partying. My other sister, Elle, said she wouldn't have given a speech even if they had paid her. These responses, while not helpful in my writing progress, made me realize that we have all had such different experiences that it is impossible to say anything up here that could touch every single person in this gym. I feel like this is kind of a great thing, though. In a school as small as ours, it's kind of amazing how different we can all be from one another. The idea that every single person here will miss every other person is not realistic, but I do think we have impacted each other over the years. As we sit here one final time as a class, I encourage you all to find the people who you will miss beyond belief and spend as much time with them as you can. I've been at Garfield my whole life, yet in each of these past 4 years of high school, new people have come into my life and shaped who I am. Freshman and sophomore year, it was meeting new people through sports. Junior year, it was getting closer to the people who I've been in the same class with since 5th grade. And eventually senior year, spending every day with either my elementary school best friends or the guy who has somehow managed to make senior year my favorite year of high school. People have come and gone, but they have all left their mark on my life. Everyone here has people who have made high school feel tolerable, if not enjoyable, whether it is friends, families, teachers, or staff. When I say teachers, almost everyone has someone who comes to mind. While I'm sure Mr. Scholl is on a lot of people's minds right now, everyone has been impacted by different teachers in different stages of their life. So I urge you to thank them. Personally, I would like to thank Mrs. Yarko, Mrs. Petrie, and Mrs. Phelps, as well as the rest of my teachers who have helped me through these past 13 years. I want to thank my friends for making high school some of the best, funniest years of my life, as well as my family who have supported and helped me be the best I could be. All of these people have helped me grow into who I am, and now I am forced to look towards the future. I've been asked countless times what bigger and better things I am moving on to after high school and what the next chapter of my life is going to look like. Every time, like clockwork, it causes me to get lost in my thoughts about the future. So, I urge everyone here not to forget to live in the now, to smell the roses and appreciate what is happening around you, especially this summer before we leave, since this is truly the last page in this chapter of our lives. So, as you move on, remember the moments that matter most are happening right now with the people you will always remember. Thank you.
Good evening, class of 2026, family, friends, and faculty. If you do not already know me, my name is Makenna Guyette, and it's an honor to stand here before you tonight. I'd first like to congratulate all of my fellow graduates. We made it. After years of assignments exams, practices, performances, early mornings, and late nights. High school's over. It's time to start the next chapter of our lives. And to be honest, it's kind of strange. For years now, graduation has felt so far away. We've watched so many others walk across this very stage. Was this very stage? Oops. And now suddenly we're the one wearing the caps and gowns, taking pictures every 5 seconds, and pretending we know exactly what we're doing next. But before we rush into our future plans, it's worth looking back at everything that brought us here today. Over the years, we've all changed. Some of us discovered passions we never expected to have. Some of us overcame obstacles that no one else could see. Some of us learned that failure doesn't define a person. Resilience does. And some of us lost friendships while others created lifelong ones. As a class, we've shared the pressure of tests, the occasional Friday night football game defeat, and the uncertainty of a pandemic. But we've also shared the excitement of school dances, Spirit Week, our football team's victories, and the little moments in between that became some of our favorite memories. Even if each of us had different experiences, we all shared the journey of growing into who we are today. And with that, I'd like to thank those who supported us through it all. To our teachers for having the patience and to push us to do better. Thank you for believing in us, sometimes before we even believed in ourselves. You challenge us to think critically, work harder, and become better versions of ourselves. To the coaches, office staff, custodians, lunch ladies, bus drivers, and everyone who made this school feel like a community, thank you for also supporting us every single day. And to our friends and family members, thank you for every sacrifice, every word of encouragement, every late night talk, and every moment of support. You all mean more than you can imagine. Now, as we prepare to leave this chapter behind, I'm sure many of us are having mixed emotions. Some are heading to college, a career, the military, or another path. And while our futures will all look very different, we all share one thing: the opportunity to decide what we want to become. As we move forward, there's two things I hope we all remember. The first is not to spend your life worrying about what everyone else will think. Don't be afraid of saying the wrong answer, of putting yourself out there, or trying new things. The second is not to wait to do the things you actually want to do. Take the chance, join the club, travel somewhere. I know I've personally made both of those mistakes, and I'm sure most of you have too. No matter what your plan in life is, don't fear judgment and don't wait to do what makes you happy. One day, I hope we can look back on this stage of our lives as just the beginning. And when we do, I hope we can all say that we've truly lived. Not that we've spent our lives waiting for permission and worrying about what others might think. Work hard, be kind, have integrity, and never underestimate yourself. You're capable of far more than you think. This is not the end of our story. It's a new chapter full of endless possibilities. No matter where life takes us after tonight, we will always share the memories, lessons, and experiences that brought us here tonight. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you and good luck to you all.
Good evening, graduates, faculty, family, and friends. Today, as we graduate, we begin the next phase of life. For some of us, this journey is perfectly planned out, while others are still searching for what the future looks like. But honestly, I think one of the most important things we can take with us after today has nothing to do with careers or perfect plans. It has more to do with who we are, not just what we do. We've spent years being asked the golden question: what are you going to do? What job, what college, what next step? It's the question we hear from teachers, parents, grandparents, until it starts to feel like the only question that matters. This question has followed us through every hallway, every classroom, every stage of our lives. Like our worth is tied to the next box we're supposed to check. But maybe the more important question is not, what are you going to do, but who are you going to be? This question isn't about what career you choose or what path you take. It's about the kind of person you become along the way. How you treat people, how you handle challenges, and what you stand for when no one is watching. It's about learning to be comfortable with who we are and being the kind of person we can be proud of. Through these last 4 years, many of us have worried about what other people thought, whether we fit in enough, said the right thing, looked the right way, or made the right choices. And the truth is, no matter what you do, people will always have something to say. Success invites opinions, failure does too. At some point, we have to stop building our lives around the opinions of others. As we move forward into new chapters of life, I hope we also remember to be kind to each other, not just when it's easy, not just to friends, but because we know in our hearts that's how we want to be treated as well. Right now, the world can feel very divided. People argue over politics, religion, and still, whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not. My mom says it is. But I've learned that conversations begin to change when people choose compassion. Having a heart like Jesus, one filled with kindness, humility, and understanding, can bring people together and leave a lasting impact on those around us. Every person we meet is carrying experiences, struggles, and fears we may never fully see. And when we choose empathy over anger, we help break some of the division that surrounds us. As my dad would say, I 100% guarantee that when we leave here today, we won't remember every assignment or every grade, but we will remember how people treated us. We will remember who made us laugh, who supported us, and who made the hard days easier. So maybe the perfect path is not just about the accomplishments. Maybe it's about becoming someone who is genuine in a world that pressures people to conform, someone who is kind and patient in a world that can feel harsh, and someone who brings people together instead of pushing them apart. Because maybe graduation isn't about having everything figured out. Maybe it's deciding who we want to be while we figure it out. Class of 2026, I hope we leave here today willing to be ourselves without apology, willing to treat others with kindness, and wise enough to let go of the hate, anger, and division that never served us anyway. Because the world does not need more perfect people. It needs more honest people, more compassionate people, more people willing to listen, and more people willing to care. So who are you going to be, and who are you actively choosing to become? Congratulations, class of 2026, and thank you.
Hello, everyone. I want to thank you all for coming. Don't worry, I promise this speech isn't going to be completely about Taylor Swift. So, our freshman year, Taylor Swift dropped her album Midnights. That name pretty much sums up the next 4 years of my life. Staying up till midnight to complete assignments that could have easily been done a week before. In all reality, I didn't stay up every night. Sometimes I would wake up early to get work done before school, too. In the past 4 years, I have learned so much, not only academically, but also about life. In the classroom, I've learned the importance of hard work, discipline, and surrounding yourself with good people. In life, I've learned responsibility, and I also recently discovered a newfound interest in hockey. If you know, you know. It's crazy to think that most of us have known each other for well over half our lives, and in a few short months, we'll all go our separate ways. Walking into the high school on the first day of freshman year, graduation felt eras away. I remember sitting at my sister's graduation, hearing everyone say how their time in high school flew by and thinking, liar, but here we are. I'm so grateful for all the teachers and staff at our school who have given me the opportunity to grow these past 4 years. They were always there to help us, whether we were coming in during study hall for extra help or after we skipped school for a day to watch the Wicked double feature. These past 4 years have been amazing. I wouldn't trade them for the world. I would, however, trade them for another ticket to the Eras Tour. I see a bright future for everyone here. I think we have all grown into capable adults who can tackle any challenges we may face. I want to end with a quote, and I think we can all relate to, at least a little, and I think you can guess who it's by. As Taylor Swift once said, "It's hard not to find it all a little bittersweet." Thank you.
On behalf of the James A. Garfield Board of Education, welcome class of 2026, parents, family, faculty, and staff. First and foremost, congratulations. Standing here today, looking over a class I have seen grow and flourish, it is hard to believe that 13 years have passed. For years, your lives have been structured. Bells telling you where to go, assignments telling you what to do, expectations shaping you, shaping who you're supposed to be. Graduation feels like the moment everything suddenly makes sense. But if I'm honest, it doesn't. What comes next is not a clear path. It is not completely drawn map. It's something far less comfortable and far more meaningful. It is the unknown. You're often taught to fear the unknown, to treat it like a problem that needs solving as quickly as possible. You will be asked, what is your plan? As if having one is a failure. But as Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. The unknown isn't something to fix, it's something to step into. Because every meaningful part of life begins there. Every passion you discover, every person who changes you, every risk that leads somewhere worthwhile, they all start with not knowing. And while certainty feels safe, it rarely leads to growth. The unknown, on the other hand, demands something from you. It asks you to be curious, to be resilient, to trust yourselves when even you don't have all the answers. That is not easy. There will be moments when uncertainty feels overwhelming, when the lack of direction feels more like being lost, than being free. But those moments are not signs that you're failing, they're signs that you're exploring. As Helen Keller reminded us, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. And exploration is how we find out who we are. So as you leave this place, maybe the goal isn't to have everything figured out. Maybe it's to become people who are willing to figure things out along the way. People who can walk into the unknown, not with fear, but with a quiet confidence that you'll adapt, learn, and keep going. You don't need a perfect plan. You need the courage to begin. Because the truth is, the unknown isn't empty. It's full of possibilities you can't see yet, paths you haven't imagined, and versions of yourself you haven't met. So instead of asking, what if it goes wrong, maybe start asking, what if it leads to something incredible? As you turn this page, you carry more than what you learned in classrooms. You carry the ability to grow beyond them. And that's what makes the unknown not something to fear, but something to embrace.
Congratulations, class of 2026. Welcome to the moment you thought would never get here. When I sat down to think about what I wanted to say tonight, I kept coming back to the same thought. What exactly do you tell a graduating class who you genuinely liked? Because usually graduation speeches are full of advice. Adults love giving advice. You know this. We tell you to chase your dreams and work hard and be kind and believe in yourselves, all good things, of course. But the truth is, most of you know those things. So instead, I want to tell you something I wish more people had told me at your age. Nobody has it figured out. Nobody. I know some of you are thinking, yeah, actually they do. No. Some of them are just better at looking calm, or they're really good at reading their Google Calendar. That's adulthood. Welcome. And honestly, I think one of the biggest misconceptions that teenagers have is that adults wake up and magically understand life. That somehow after graduation, you suddenly know how taxes work, what kind of insurance you need, how to invest your money, and how to fold a fitted sheet. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Many of us are still Googling those things, especially the fitted sheet. Some of you are headed to college, some to careers, some to the military. Some are still trying to decide what you want to do next, and some of you can't figure out what you want for dinner. That uncertainty you feel, it's normal. Right now, it probably seems like everyone else has a perfect plan, and social media certainly makes it seem that way. Everyone has announcements and commitments and acceptance plans and future posts and color-coded graduation parties. And meanwhile, some of you are just hoping to survive your summer job. But here's what I've learned. Life is not a straight line. People change majors. They change careers. They move. They start over. They fail classes. They get opportunities they've never expected. They lose confidence, and they get it back again. They discover passions they didn't know existed. Some of the happiest adults I know are nowhere near the path they thought they'd be on at 18 years old. And that's not failure, that's life. Honestly, if there's one thing I admire about your class is that you've already learned how to adapt better than some adults. You've lived through changes, uncertainty, pressure, expectation, and constant comparisons. You've had to grow up in a world where everyone feels like they're supposed to have their future perfectly mapped out before you're even old enough to rent a car. And that's a lot. And yet somehow you continued to show up. You showed up for each other, you showed up for your activities, your teams, your performances, your classrooms, and your community. You also showed up late sometimes, or a lot of times, but technically you still showed up. And as much as tonight celebrates accomplishments, and there are many we're celebrating, what I will remember most about this class is not perfection. It was your growth. It's your personality. You made the school better. You made people laugh. You made memories. You gave teachers stories that they will repeat for years to come. You were a kind of class that made school more enjoyable to come to every day. And trust me, that matters more than you may realize. So tonight, I don't want you to leave here thinking that you need to have your entire life figured out. You don't. Very few people do. Confidence is not having all of the answers. Confidence is trusting yourself enough to handle the questions when they come. And you will handle them. Not perfectly, nobody does. You'll make mistakes, you'll take wrong turns, you'll have moments when you compare yourself to others and feel behind. But there is no universal timeline for life. Some people find success early, some later. Some redefine success completely. Some people are on plan A and some are on plan D. And honestly, plan D people usually have better stories. So give yourself permission to grow, to change your mind, to become different versions of yourself. Because the truth is, you are still becoming who you're going to be. And that should excite you, not scare you. Class of 2026, thank you for being the kind of class that I will remember fondly. Thank you for the laughter, the energy, the school spirit, the lunchroom discussions, the sarcasm, the resilience, and all the moments in between. We are proud of what you have accomplished, but even more than that, we are proud of who you became while you were here. Congratulations, graduates. You will be missed. Mr. Lysak, it is my honor to present to you the class of 2026.
Thank you, Ms. Kissabeth, and you are right. We don't have it figured out. I don't have it figured out, but I think I'm going to start with the fitted sheet. Hello, seniors, and congratulations on making it to today. Please join me in thanking some people who put forth that extra G-Men effort to make today perfect for you. First, our board members. They work behind the scenes to make sure we have all that we need to make you successful. And today, one of our board members, Jacob Lawless, is unable to be with us due to an illness. But Mr. Lawless did reach out to me this morning to congratulate you, and he is watching from home and shared that he is very proud of each of you. Thank you to Ben Call for streaming today's ceremony and for preserving so many milestones of your high school journey. A heartfelt thanks to Ms. Petrie, Ms. Kissabeth, Mrs. Marish, Mr. Flager, Officer Arns, Mr. Fisher, Mrs. Schaefer, Mrs. Lohr, Mr. Livingston, Mr. Sabula, Mr. Logan, all of our teachers and staff, administration who have cared for and supported you over the years. This year, I'd also like to recognize Mrs. Fisher, Mrs. Benich, and Mrs. Callista, who will be retiring this year after nearly a century of dedication and service to this community. Thank you, Anna, Brenda, and Renee. You will most certainly be missed. Of course, let's not forget the hardworking maintenance crew, secretaries, bus drivers, cafeteria staff, and custodial team who ensure everything runs smoothly. You have all been integral to the success of this special day. Seniors, there's something I do every year that's really become one of the favorite parts of this job. Every spring, I'm fortunate to sit down with our incoming kindergartners and ask them a simple question. What are you most excited about? Now, you can imagine what I might hear. Riding the bus, reading, centers. Nope. Just about every single time, without hesitation, the kids say, recess. In fact, it reminds me of a story that happened in my previous district. One of our elementary principals noticed something unusual happening. Every single day, right around the same time, a dad would show up at the edge of the playground. He didn't come onto the blacktop, he didn't interrupt anything, he just stood there watching. At first, we weren't sure what to make of it, but after a few days, one of our principals walked over and said, "Hey, is everything okay?" The dad just smiled and said, "Yeah, everything's great. My daughter just started kindergarten this year." He paused for a second and looked back at the playground. "I work nights," he said, "so this is the only time I get to see her during the day." And then he said something that stuck with everyone. "I don't want to miss her recess because that's when she's happiest." It wasn't when she was sitting perfectly in class or when she was doing her work, but when she's laughing, running, and being herself. You see, that dad understood something we too often forget. Recess isn't just a break from learning, it's where life happens, and often where we are happiest. Like Miss Kissabeth, seniors, I've seen you skip a lot of things, but recess is not one of them. Now fast forward 6 years. I also try to sit down with those same students as sixth graders as they get ready to head across the parking lot to become middle schoolers. And I ask them how they're feeling about this transition. They're always nervous and a little bit anxious, but there's always one concern that rises to the top. Do we still get recess? Now, here's the good news. Our middle school and high school staff recognize the importance of recess, and they created something pretty special, G-Men time. It's a chance 3 days a week for you to take a break, to reset, to breathe, and to connect. Because deep down, we all know something to be true. We never outgrow recess. We just stop calling it that. And today, as you leave Garfield, I want you to remember this. Recess isn't a break from life. Recess is what makes life manageable. There will be moments ahead where life gets heavy. You'll be in college, overwhelmed with exams. You'll be in a job working long hours. You'll be learning a new trade, studying late, trying to prove yourself. Take a recess. One day you'll have a family and they will need you all the time. Take a recess. And someday your parents, the people who have been your support system for all these years, will grow older and they may need your help. Take a recess. But maybe the most important recess you'll ever take is for yourself, because you can't pour from an empty glass. There's a story I want to share with you about two lumberjacks. They both go out into the woods each day to cut wood. One works from sunrise to sunset, never stops. The other disappears for an hour every single afternoon. But at the end of the week, they've chopped the exact same amount of wood. The first lumberjack gets a little frustrated and he says, "How is this possible? I've worked all day and you left every afternoon for an hour. What in the world were you doing?" And the second lumberjack simply smiled and said, "I went home and sharpened my axe." That's recess. It's not wasted time. It's not falling behind. It's not playing around. It's preparing yourself to be better. Class of 2026, you hold a special place in my heart. You were in kindergarten when I started this role, and I've had the privilege of watching you grow every step of the way. And if there's one thing I know about you, it's this. You are ready. Ready to work hard. Ready to chase your goals. Ready to make a difference. Just don't forget to take recess along the way. Laugh, step away, and be present. Take care of yourself and the people around you, because in the end, it's not just about how hard you work, it's about how well you live. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. As superintendent of the James A. Garfield School District, I certify that the seniors receiving diplomas here today have met all the requirements of the state of Ohio and the Garfield Board of Education to graduate from Garfield High School. Thank you, seniors, for all the wonderful memories, and to the Garfield class of 2026, may God bless you as you begin your next journey. Congratulations, and go G-Men.
Cooper Jonah Albert. Aiden John Allen. Hunter Lee Anderson. Mason Ryder Andrkanich. Camille Arana. Heidi Renee Off. Jack Damian Badovic. Samantha Marie Barker. Kellen Nicole Bartlett Habiger. Landon Joel Beatty. Derek Matthew Blunk. Brandon James Baguki. Rebecca Lynn Bowdish. Kimberly Quinn Bowers. Jalen Elizabeth Brown. Jesse James Campbell. Mandy Erica Cardinal. Riley Joe Carson. Dawson Lee Carter. Camden James Chapman. Carly Ann Clellan. Caden Lee Chiney. Jackson Michael Cushing. Sophia Bailey Dollin. Elise Louisa Edwards. Caitlin Grace Evans. Brendan Joseph Fashing. Jonathan David Feckety. Rory Ann Fields. Grant Anderson Fogel. Lana Charisma Gabbard. Riley Catherine Grace. Poppy Marlene Graff. Olivia Marie Grikar. Makenna Guyette. Julius Dale Hausch. Noah Paul Henderson. Summer Renee Halavity. Connor Stephen Hunt. Caitlin Marie Holiday. Carter Michael Hoover. Michael Kelly Hubner. Christopher James Eyrig Jr. Michael Anthony Khairallah. Weston Jacob Kiefer. Ella Michelle Kissel. Holden Matthew Kissel. Cameron Michael Lewicki. Zoe Rosie Maloney. Kiara Autumn Manista. Michael Stephen Markusik. Evan William Martin. Gavin Jonathan Mason. Chase Andrew Mast. Kathleen Allie McMahon. Jonah Adam Menno. Colton Thomas Miller. Philip Ray Moore II. Lucas Hamilton Nyheisel. Jack Thomas Nykirk. Carson Adam Norton. Wyatt Andrew Nottingham. Danica Susanna Patera. Joseph Jace Peebles. Revan Chase Perkins. Brock Thomas Pezichek. Chase Thomas Pfeiffer. Alexis May Phillips. Alana Rashay Porter. Kirsten Marie Prinky. Elizabeth Jacqueline Proya. Annie Mae Rado. Brogan Quaid Reynolds. Leonard Alfred Richards IV. Emily Elaine Ritandaro. Olivia Haley Rowe. Seth Robert Runowitz. Thomas Joseph Schneider. Emily Ray Senai. Richard Aiden Lee Shackelford. Gabriel Quinton Sharpneck. Lilian Lee Shay. Caleb Robert Shear. Reese Olivia Shirkey. William Joseph Simon. Jocelyn K. Summer. Dakota Michael Stanley. Derek Matthew Stanley. Clinton Boyd Stearman. Addison Grace Sturpka. Layla Elizabeth Steyer. Maya Nicole Strock. Kaylin Nicole Tasker. Cameron Renee Terrelly. Courtney Ann Thompson. Tanner James Trevisano. Addison Elizabeth Truce. Charles Michael Ursity. Savannah Rose Vilk. Kyle Christian Wallace. Garrett David Warnick. Holly Mae Warren. Victoria Marie White. Samantha Marie Whitlow. Dorsey Jason Lee Williams. Lucas Edward Workman.
Class of 2026, please stand. Join me in the turning of our tassels from the right to the left. You guys are good to sit back down. Good evening, everyone. As we come to the end of this ceremony, it's honestly kind of weird to realize that this is our goodbye, not just to today, but to everything that's led up to it. We've spent years in these halls, in these classrooms, living through all the stressful, funny, exhausting, and unforgettable moments together, and now we're here. Graduating feels exciting, but it's also kind of overwhelming. Everything is changing whether we're ready or not, and there's a quote from Stranger Things I keep thinking about. Life is moving, always moving, whether you like it or not. And yeah, sometimes it's painful, sometimes it's sad, and sometimes it's surprising or happy. So you know what? Keep growing up. Don't let it stop you. Make mistakes, learn from them, and when life hurts you, because it will, remember the hurt. The hurt is good. It means you're out of that cave. That feels a lot like where we are right now. We're stepping out of what's familiar into something unknown. And yeah, it might be uncomfortable sometimes, but it also means we're growing. It means we're moving forward. Before we go, it's important to recognize the people who helped us get here. To our families and friends, thank you.
Thank you for every ride, every late night talk, every moment of support, even when we didn't always say it. Take a moment, whether it's now or later, to tell them you love them. It matters way more than we think. There's a Michael Jackson movie that came out last month, and it reminded me of something he once said. We are putting love back into the world to remind the world that love is important, to love each other. We're all one. It's simple, but it's something we don't say enough. As we all go our separate ways, chasing different dreams and building different lives, that's something we should hold on to. Just being kind and showing up for each other, reminding each other that we care. So, as we leave here today, let's not just remember what we've accomplished, but how we showed up for each other. Let's be proud of how far we've come and hopeful for everything ahead. Thank you all for being a part of this journey, and congratulations to the class of 2026.
I got it.
If you would please stand for the alma mater.
Garfield High, we sing your praises. In honor now we stand, thanking you for precious memories of your ever guiding hand, leading us to paths far reaching, our banners towards the sky. Hail we now our alma mater, hail to you, O Garfield High.
Watch your stuff, make sure you get everything.